Okay, day 5, we're on to the head and the final composition and getting images out to use in our other programs. So this is the witch in all her final glory, all sculpted in Adobe Medium. So I'm going to take the head off. This is day 5. I'm going to go clay, I'm going to go mirror, and I'm going to bring that mirror up. I'm going to put this one here just as a reference, just up out of the way, and I'm going to make the witch's head from scratch with mirror on. So basically what I want is a skull, like so. I want to bring this chin down here, like this, like a crazy witch chin. And I want to do a crazy nose, like so. So this head here, I can delete this now. I don't really need that reference anymore. It's got dropped ears, and that's the only thing that really matters that I can see. So she's going to want eyes in here. They'll be on a separate layer. We'll do them completely last. We're going to have a big forehead. She's a proper evil old witch. You can say that without any fear of retribution, because she's not real. And down here, this is where Oculus Medium, which is actually Adobe Medium, really comes into its own, because you're actually making characters now. And you're really getting into the meat and potatoes of making a character. I want small beady eyes when I'm ready, big angular cheek. I'm going to knock that cheek off in a moment. You'll see what I mean by that. I want that to come round, so she needs to have thin angular cheeks. In fact, we need a square to do it. In fact, no, we don't need to do that yet. We'll do that last. I want her to have just one tooth, so her mouth needs to go in. So this bit here, I would normally do a lip, but with her, it's going to be this weird old grizzled mouth. And when we're ready, we'll take the symmetry off that. That's the corner of the mouth, and then that cheek fold there that we'll pull round. Use the move tool, that's a good way of doing it, is pull it in like that. See how that gave you the fold that you wanted? So, not liking her eye position. So move tool, bring it up, nose down. Are their eyes too close together, or are they okay? Let's have a look. No. Don't like her nostrils there already, they're getting in my way. So I'm going to take the nostrils away and redo them. Head, quite happy with. Nostrils, not so much. So there's the nose. I want these nostrils down here rather than in front of the eyes. Like that. All that down. See, we've lost a lot of detail there, but that's fine. That's why I always say, don't be doing any detailing until you've blocked all this out and you're really happy with the overall character. So it's your own fault if you do it, and I've done it thousands of times. Proper witch chin. It's definitely going to have some pimples on it. And we need ears, don't we? So the eyes are going to go in there. Separate eyes, obviously. So that is nothing more than a placeholder. And then this ear. So go, nailed her hair in one go, so that's good. Try not to delete too much of my detail when I get to that bit. Let's use the inflate tool in the corner of this mouth, because this mouth needs to go like that. And then we'll make sure she keeps this smile. And then check her from underneath. That's fine. There we go. There's a nice evil witch's. We've got the blockout, which is all I wanted from this stage. Mirror off, and now we've got a nice witch head to go in the witch's hat. So we're very, very close to the fun stuff now, which is putting it all together. Like so. I'm going to now clay and delete those eyes. Remember now it's not symmetrical, so now we can go a bit crazy with it. So new layer, increase. What colour is a witch's eyes? Let's go with bright yellow for now. Doesn't really matter at this stage. We'll paint them. Let's go with red. Then the yellow or green or something light brighter in there like that. And then clay. Not clay, sorry. Paint dark. So witch's eye there. So hazelnut eyes. Already hazelnut. And then a pupil. And there's some nasty looking eyes. So duplicate that. Need one eye, actually. One eye open, one eye closed. So this is the eye that's on us. And this other eye, we'll close it up, as a witch would do. So this one, and we'll do this purple, and she's got a really big black eye. Like the evil eye is shut. And we'll move this side up, and this side down, and this is our quizzical eye, isn't it? There we go. We're well into witch territory now. Spinning it around so I get something like what I want. Yeah, that's cool. Actually, on that layer, because I can keep so much stuff on a layer, I'll just put a tooth. Which will be yellow. I just want one tooth in there. So just pull it in with a cube, smooth it, and that'll do it. And then move this up a little bit so she's got a sneer. And then we need a really cool eyelid. Getting quite excited now because we're getting onto the last little bit. Colour was wrong, as I always do. And then start giving her bags under this eye. And I'm going to go up one last time, one last resolution on this section. You should always be careful with that resolution. Once you're getting towards the end, just be careful it doesn't get too much for your system, depending on what you're working on and how good your system is. That's fine. She's a bit nasty on this side, as we know, so this is all heels sealed up. So let's just throw some painting on there. So let's go with blushing cheeks first of all. So a nice red colour, low opacity, and we'll just splatter reds down here, reds in the ears, reds on the nose. This is all going to change, so don't worry. If you've never seen this before, don't worry about this. This bit is just, we lay down the kind of colours that are under the skin. So I want to then do a bit, just got a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow. So a bit greyish, bluish round the jaw, which shouldn't really be happening on a lady. Yellowish under the hat. And then small yellowish, so give me like a dotted effect all over her. That's just to give it a bit of visual interest. Now that eye is not giving me it's not actually giving me a really highlighted specular highlight because of the way the lighting is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a fake one in, full opacity, full white. I'm just going to paint in a specular highlight there, just because it gives us a bit of, in fact that's too much, just gives us a little bit of light baked in almost. So as you can see, that just looked totally different because of the way we did it. So yeah, we're getting there now. She's starting to look like a proper nasty witch. What I will do now is do one more layer, and we need some, I'm going to call it clay. We're going to go with black hair, and the layer needs to be quite high res for the hair, as you'll see in a moment. How small is that? There we go. And we're just going to do, in fact we can put a taper on it as well. So you've got stroke taper based on thickness, stroke taper speed. Let's just see what we can get. Can we get a nice taper going? Yeah, there you go. So I'm just going to put lots of grizzled hair in here, and we want a hair coming up here as it's flying away with it. So we want lots of witchy hair flapping around, flapping over her ears. Obviously, because she's flying that way, it's going to mostly be going around behind the ears, isn't it? I'm not going to see her that much from this side, so I'm not massively worried. But then on the turntable, when we spin it around, we're gonna see her there. So let's make sure she's got that good clump of hair there. You don't want it ruined on the last little bit, do we? And we'll keep this quite, you know, it's got a specular highlight in it, so we'll keep that. That means it's got the shininess to it. What I do want, actually, I want to paint a nice bit of purple in her eyes. I want this to be dark, like she's got really bad sleep problems. And I think in her mouth as well. And maybe drop it onto her lips a little bit by accident. Nothing too predictable there. And this eye, definitely. She's got a nasty bruised eye there. And the obligatory, you're going to wait. I'm sure everybody was waiting for this. The obligatory zits and warts. I will actually do a little bit of black around her eye there, just to give it a hint. There we go. She's not happy enough, is she? I know she's a witch and she probably wouldn't be happy, but I'm feeling like she's the #1 witch. She's won a race, so I don't know. Maybe I'm copping out here. Maybe, you know, maybe I'm just saying it because. There we go. That's better. It's just giving her a bit more character, hasn't it? Straight away. I feel sorry for her now, because she's a witch and she's had a tough old life, but then she's just won the witches race, so she did a great job, and it's being recognised by the other witches. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know about you. Those of you that do this for a living, you know, you make stories up as you go, and your characters come to life because of it. Never really done many witches, if I'm honest. Let's bring her up here. Just tweaking it now, just filling in the volumes. If we end up 3D printing this, then we will want to make sure that all these volumes are good from all angles. So I might go and do another pass on this just for 3D printing. It's not part of what we're doing this week. Scratch my nose. But you definitely might want to do a bit more work on it for printing to make it suitable. There's a lot of a lot of rogue geometry that I've left lying around, so we'd probably have a look at that. There we go. The clothing, I think what we'll do is we'll do a bit of painting here. So paint, I'm going to put some fake shadow in here first of all. So I'm going to go really low opacity, low hardness. I'm going to darken down areas like underneath here. Just helps a little bit. And then I'm definitely going to go and do paint almost black on almost all of this cape, because it really, you know, the purple is a little bit too much. So we'll knock that back a bit. Just dot it everywhere. And that silly hat as well on the clothing. Let's just pick up that problem there. There we go. As I see things now, I'm going to just tweak them like this, just making little decisions. I'm going to leave tons of the purple in, but it's not going to be as prevalent as it was. Just making things a little bit more visually appealing as I find them dotted around. So it'd be good to have this crossing over like this. Yeah, that's good. And everything flapping in the wind, as we said from day one. Knickerbockers from underneath. We might do a shot like that, actually. That might be lovely. Where we really show her clothes and her knickerbockers from underneath. I quite like those. There we go. There's our Halloween witch. One thing that I would do now, just saw that arm looked a bit too aggressive. And I'd like to just quickly try something. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to call this one Witch Final. And then I'm going to try the lighting. So watch this. I love doing this bit. So we've got some lighting to play with now. And look at the bloom there. That's crazy good. I normally take the bloom off. So we go scene. Go into the world and go to our world settings, and we'd say turn off the let's say turn off the skybox for a minute, turn off the ground plane, turn off the blue, leave the skybox on for a moment, change the IBL color, so the image based lighting, to something opposite. So let's try something like green. Sun color, I think we'll keep that as it was, because we don't want to lose that skin color, do we? There's too much there. So bring that down a little bit. I'm going to change the theme to cute. I'm going to put the fog on. Fog color will be dark purple. Fog strength. Ground plane gone. I'm just messing with the lighting now. This is, you don't have to do this at this point. Just trying to work out a really nice lighting for her before we do a final render. No, I'm not liking the world now, so let's just change the theme again to dark. I didn't like that at all. Yeah, I prefer that purpley look there. But what we will do is we'll change the fog colour to like a nighttime blue, something like that. I want something that isn't purple or red, so maybe let's just go whizzing through it until we find like an orange or something like that. Yeah, that blue sky will do it. So we've got a nice blue sky. Look at her flying across the floor. I love that. Okay, so now the lighting. So we'll go add another light, and we'll bring that one from the back. Might want to take that specularity down a little bit. We'll change that in a minute. Let's just get the lights right. There we go. And we're just going to do one little thing. Let's just change the colour to a strong blue. Not sure about that one yet. I'll have to mess with that in a minute. The reason I'm doing this is two things. One, I want to just quickly show you a turntable. So let's try that now. Let's enable the turntable. Nice and slow. And there she is. There's our witch. I should have locked the lights to it. She's not looking level on our on her broomstick, so she's looking a bit out of control. But maybe she's just won the witch race, which is what I'm feeling like. It's definitely something along those lines, that she's feeling quite excited about something because she's doing the #1. I am the #1. Let's have a look at her all the way around, and then we'll just take a couple of pictures of her. So we'll leave that running. We'll leave the, I want her on the horizon like that when I do it. We'll go File. We want to use Capture Photo, and then just going to capture some photos as she's spinning around. In fact, I'll stop that for a moment. Let's get her in scene, and we'll attach it to the world. This camera. So there we go. We've got the camera looking at her now, and we'll take some photographs. So let's change the lighting. I'm not happy with the lighting yet, so I'm going to play with the lighting after we finish the video. And I'll get a nice final render based on lighting in the background that I'm happy with. I'm going to put a cloud background in it, but we're almost there. And I'm happy overall with her as a character. You can see there with the camera moving. I'm picking up the camera now and moving it all around her, so just to see. So yeah, we'll do a final pass on her and do a nice little paint over as well. But that's our Halloween Adobe Medium Witch of the Week. So our #1 witch. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's taken 5 days to put it together. It didn't actually. It did one session, but it's spread over 5 days, which is cool. So if you like this kind of stuff, then definitely give us a follow, subscribe to the channel, comment down below for me, tell me what you want to see more of. Our channel's focused mainly on iPad sculpting, VR sculpting, and this kind of character and creature concept work, and creation work. So if it's something that you're interested in, then follow along.